The threats by social cultural groups Afenifere and Ohanaeze in Igbo that any political party that presents a northerner as its presidential candidate will be rejected at the polls is unsettling the opposition People Democratic Party (PDP), the Punch has learnt. The 13 PDP governors, including the PDP national chairman Iyorchia Ayu, are currently in Port Harcourt where several issues pertaining to the 2023 presidential election are being discussed. Having held its national convention and put its house in order since last November, the party is now looking at how its presidential candidate will emerge. Governor Seyi Makinde of Oyo State had revealed in October that Governor Aminu Tambuwa of Sokoto State, Governor Bala Mohammed Bauchi, and former Vice President Atiku Abubakar had all indicated their desire to contest the presidential election. Rivers State Governor Nyesom Wike had also visited Bauchi recently, where he drummed support for the presidential ambition of Governor Mohammed. But sources within the PDP told The Punch on Monday that the threats by the southern socio-political groups were unsettling the party. The truth is that the PDP believes that giving the ticket to a northerner will boost its chances of victory. They think they already have the support of the Southeast and South-South, so all they will need is to get a strong northerner as a presidential candidate that can deliver northern votes at a time when Buhari will not be on the ballot. However, these new threats by Afenifere and Ohanaeze are now causing trouble for the party, a PDP chieftain said. In a chat with Arise TV on Monday, a former secretary to the government of the Federation, Senator Pius Ayim, said the failure of political parties to zone the presidency to the Southeast in 2023 will be a burden on the conscience of the nation. He said, "There's also an agreement about the zoning principle regarding rotation between the North and the South in the PDP constitution." The former Senate president said the Southeast ought to produce the next president. He added, "In the PDP constitution, there's also an agreement about the zoning principle regarding rotation between the North and the South, with the region microzoning amongst themselves. The reason is because every section of the country must have a sense of belonging, not following it will be a burden on the conscience of the nation." Speaking with Punch, on Monday, a former deputy national chairman of the PDP, Chief Bode George, said, "Indeed, the issue of zoning was a sensitive matter." George, however, said he was confident that the party would be able to resolve its challenges. He therefore asked socio-cultural groups to be patient with the party. He said, "I know that when we get to that bridge, we'll cross it. I believe in the sanctity and the wisdom of our elders in the PDP. We'll put all the parameters in the equation and we'll sit down and discuss it. We conceptualized zoning and we started it for the sake of fairness. But I said, we'll meet and discuss and x-ray it and see the impact. Would hold very robust debates. That is the culture of our party. There is no kingmaker in the PDP who will be the oracle. We'll discuss and debate in the interest of the sanctity of Nigeria." The National Publicity Secretary of the PDP, Mr. Debo Olugunagba, could not be reached for comments on Monday as he did not respond to the calls. In an earlier statement, however, the PDP spokesman said no decision had been taken on the issue of zoning and the party leadership would meet and consult before such a decision is taken. Reports emerging right now is that there's a little bit of unsettlement within the People's Democratic Party. We know the governors under the PDP, the opposition party, they raised fresh demands from Buhari's government calling for restructuring. They made a lot of demands. We did report that news yesterday. You can check it out. But in the midst of all of those demands that they are putting through to Buhari's government ahead of the 2023 general elections, Ohanaeze and Afenifere, a socio-cultural political group, they have raised threats that if any political party in their zones, in their regions, so be it APC, the ruling party, or PDP, that if they field a northern candidate, then they should know that they will be worked against, that they should not field another candidate. And right now, we know that there are certain persons within the PDP from the north who are eyeing the number one seat, who are eyeing the presidency. One of them is Atiku Abubakar, no doubt about that. And this zoning issue, at first when it came up before their national convention, it's been the culture of political parties that the chairman, national chairman of the party, and also the presidential candidate will not come from the same region. They had their convention, or when the crisis was on, Uche Secondus was sent out. We know how all of that played out. Eventually, he was out. However, he's still in court. He said he's going to defend his name. He's going to clear his name at the end of the day. But the issue is still in court. But however, the party has got a new leadership under Dr. Iyorchia Ayu. And Iyorchia Ayu, we know where he's from, obviously. And after their convention, they released a statement that they are not going to go by that arrangement, that their presidential candidate can as well come from the north, can come from anywhere, although they've not decided. But before their decision and everything, we know that sometimes the body language speaks a lot, it speaks volume, it speaks a lot. Afenifere and Ohanaeze, it looks like they can actually see what PDP are planning, what their intentions are, what they are working towards, that their intention is to get a northern candidate. Meanwhile, earlier on last year, southern governors demanded that 2023 presidency must go to the south. No argument about that. I must go to the south, although it's not being microzone which part of the south they were talking about, if it's southeast or southwest or south. But we know that two regions from the south have they've had their own share in presidency. South through the person of Goodluck Jonathan, southwest Olusegun Obasanjo, and it looks like the only part left is the southeast. Well, I don't know, for PDP, all they are stating right now is that they've not made a decision. They've not made a decision on where to zone it. But a judge, a chieftain of the party, said at the end of the day, whatever decision they will take will be in the interest of the people, that they are going to sit down and check the pros and the cons and really, really analyze it, dissect it, extract, do all of the consultations. Currently, consultations are going on. They are currently in Rivers State. They are meeting, and these are all of the issues they are putting forward. But sources within the party just revealed that the threats from Afenifere and Ohanaeze is unsettling the party. Threats regarding presidential candidates. Well, guys, leave us your take. We'll see how all of this plays out. Thank you once again for staying tuned. Please don't forget to like, share, and to subscribe. Till I come your way again with more updates. Bye.